I'm going to be putting together 15 DIY Halloween costumes. Now this video is going to be geared toward adult women and consist of clothing that I own or make and accessories that I also can make. Down below in the description there will be a multitude of links for different templates and sewing patterns and easy to follow instructions for, I want to say all of the costumes, but since this is only day one, I'm going to say a majority of the costumes. So there's absolutely no need to keep on talking. Let's get started. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie, and on my channel I post mostly sewing content. I make things that tickle my fancy, and then share those things on the internet. What a time to be alive. Now today is day one. And the very first costume that we are going to be making today is a costume inspired by Enola Holmes. Specifically, this one. For this costume, I'm going to need a blue dress, to which I did make one, and there will be a pattern down below for this dress if you want to make it. I am also going to need a white and blue button down, but I don't have a white and blue button down. I don't. What I do have, though, is a white half button down. This is the shirt that I'm going to be going with. For the dress, this lovely blue dress. And when we pair them, let's see what it looks like. Cute. Very cute. But let's roll the sleeves up. And now, makeup. I have a picture pulled up on my tablet for reference. And lucky for me, she does not wear a lot of makeup. Neither do I, so this should be pretty easy. Now, I am just going to be using my eyeshadow. Neutral tones, and a bit of blush. Starting with the darkest brown. Going for a lighter brown for the shadows. Now, I am not a makeup whiz. I do not even wear a lot of makeup, and I mostly just use eyeshadow. I also have this palette of eyeshadow. I'm gonna go for white eyeshadow along the front edge of the eye. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm trying to explain this, if I'm being completely honest. Now, her skin tone is significantly darker than mine. Now, I do not own any blush, so I'm going to be using this pink eyeshadow for blush. How did I get black on my face? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I feel silly. I'm going in with this sandy brown color. Give myself a little bit of color because I have none. Yeah, a little bit right there. Maybe it's time I invested in other makeup. I don't know. I realize this is not a lot of makeup. You know, conforming to the standards of today's beauty care, it feels like a lot for me. And now it is time for the wig. Here is the lovely wig that I'm going to be putting on. I do not have a wig cap. I've only worn this once. There we go. Oh boy. Oh, I'm not sure about this. Yeah, it's too dark. Oh, and my hair's poking out. So let's put this in front. All right, referencing this image here, it looks as though she has braids. You know, all right, once you get used to the dark color, it's not the worst. It looks like just a loose braid, so that's what we're gonna do. Oh, this looks like Wednesday. That's not what I was going for. I'm thinking we're not gonna do braids. I think we're just gonna let the hair fall. I got it pinned back a little bit, so at least we got that going on. I'm gonna call her done. Let's reveal. All right, day one complete. Now this was super easy to just throw together. The wig might be a bit much. That's okay. The makeup could probably be better. That is also okay. So I will call day one success. Now for day two, I do have a couple of accessories that I need to make, and I figured I could make them tonight because I don't think that they're going to take that long. Just a bit of figuring out. Now, no spoilers, but I'll see you tomorrow for day two. It is day two, and what I had planned for today, I'm going to actually end up doing tomorrow. I don't want to give too many spoilers. Of course, if you've seen the short series, then you already know what's coming next. But my husband actually is helping me to make my next costume better. And again, no spoilers. So for day 2, what I am doing today is making a witch costume. Not only one, but I'm going to try to put together 2 or 3. See, the thing about a witchy costume is there's no one way to do it. The way that I see it is you're going to want to pick a time period. You have the colonial witch, the Salem witch. You have a medieval witch, Gothic witches, a modern witch, a woodsy witch. I mean, you have like a Native American. I mean, like seriously, pick a time period, pick a genre, because you can make anything witchy. And since I am already in this dress that I love so very much, it's one of my favorites, I'm going to build an outfit based off of this. And behind me, I have all of my elements. Okay, so the base layer. We have a layered, slightly ruffled, nice flowing, loose dress. It is long because I like long dresses. I could pull it up and then it would be shorter. We're not doing that. So I need to pick colors that complement this deep purple. Now I have this corset here that I made that has some deep purples in it. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's gonna work. Now I just need to lace it up. I have some brown ribbon, and let's do this quickly. Now we are going to add a second skirt. The brown goes in with the bias tape on this corset as well as the brown ribbon that I chose. This skirt I did make, and I made it in a way to where it has these channels here in the front to where I can rouge it, I think that's what it's called. Basically just pull it up. And from here, we just need to make it interesting. So we have the brown skirt pulled up over the purple dress. I know it's hard to see. I tried to get as wide of an angle as I could. So I'm going to take the part of the purple skirt, and I want to find a way to kind of hook it up here. You could either tuck it into the corset, that works, or, and this is my favorite option, I have these sweater closures. I don't remember where I got these, but I can find a link and you can find them. So basically, the concept of them is you hook them to your sweater and you hook them closed. And they just clip on. So that is what I'm going to do here. Take the bottom of the skirt and I'm going to clip, and then I'm going to clip it to the corset. Let's see how that looks. Do some rouge in here. That's a little too high. Let's pull it down. Okay, there we go. Let's do the other side. Grab it at the same level. Push that there. And I have a second pair of the clippy thingies. And I clip and clip again, trying to make them even. They're even enough. And here is outfit number 1. I've noticed whenever it comes to turning yourself into a witch, you don't need a hat if you have a broom. But if you have a hat, broom is also helpful. But I do not have a hat. I have a broom. Feeling pretty witchy. Let's go for outfit number 2. Starting outfit number 2, I have this off-white or cream dress. I did make this one. I don't have a pattern for it. I don't find it to be completely flattering. However, with enough layers on, it's going to be awesome. Now I'm going to start with this skirt. I also made this. Very easy. There's no pattern. You cut out a large rectangle, you pleat it into a waistband, and you put some buttons on it. This is meant to be one that closes in the front and is meant to be an over-layering skirt. Okay, now for the corset. And I have this wild corset. I made this one. Something I've noticed about my corsets when I make them, I always make the shoulders just a little bit too big and they always fall down. So I'm going to lace this one much like I laced the last one. All right, that took a few minutes, but I was able to get it closed. And now we have to add some interest. So I'm going to start by taking my bottom skirt. I didn't tuck that in right. And I'm going to tuck it into the corset. This is all about the layers and ruffles that it creates. Now at this point, we can call it done, or we can start adding on more layers. And now I just need to keep this corset straps up because it is frankly driving me crazy. So I'm just taking my little clippers things and I'm just clipping the top of the corset to the top of my dress to hold it in place. This I would call a super basic witch. See, the broom. The broom does wonders for the outfit. This would be the point where I would start adding on layers of jewelry, earrings, necklaces, bracelets even. But frankly, the last earrings I put in hurt my ears very quickly. My ears are being very sensitive today, so no more earrings. And I have to keep crouching down because I can only put my camera up so high on the tripod. And I've got to have this wide angle. So this is a strange position for me. Witchy outfit number 2. And now, and finally, I'm going to do an outfit number 3 using the same basic layer dress, but whenever we change the colors up, it changes the look of it. So let's put the broom down. Take off my sweater clips, leaving the corset on. So we're going to have the same general idea, but I am going to take this skirt off. Probably didn't need to do all the buttons. Okay, skirt off. Now I am going to layer on my green skirt here that I made from my fairy costume. And just by changing the skirt, changes the overall outfit. Keeping on the same corset, changing the skirt. Definitely feel more like a garden fairy, really. I mean, this could definitely go witchy, but this also is giving fairy vibes. And it could just be because I know in my brain that this is a fairy skirt. It's the handkerchief skirt, but let's see whenever we add the broom. I am a herbal, earthy witch. I've got herbs for you. You sick? I can heal you. Okay. I'm a dork. Now, like I said, whenever it comes to choosing your witchy outfit, and I said pick your genre and your, did I say era? Time period? I don't remember what I said. If you're going to be a colonial Salem witch, don't offer to cure anybody or heal anybody. You'll be burned. Funny thing, although the Salem witch trials did go down in history and everybody knows about the Salem witch trials, there were actually not any witches in Salem. Not any witches in Salem that got burned at the stake. Don't believe me? Look it up. Did you know that? Good for you, smarty pants. I've got to get better in the frame. My whole point of this 3 outfits for witchiness is really just have fun with it. It's about layers and ruffles and throw on a corset, grab a broom, put on a hat. I don't have a hat. I don't think they're very hard to make, but I haven't tried. Well, my husband came in and I do not know what I was saying because I had to stop talking for a minute because I'm a weirdo who cannot talk to my camera with somebody else in the room. I think my overall point was just have fun with it. I mean, that's what dressing up in costumes and Halloween really is all about. Now, for me personally, there are probably 50 more variations of a witchy outfit that I could put together. But I'm going to stop here at 3. I could even do a gothic witch. Yeah, I'm going to stop here at 3 because I have at least 4 or 5 gothic costumes coming up. And if I stick to the gothic theme, I'm going to have far too many gothic options, which is fine. It is fine, totally, but let's do a little bit of versatility here. And now, because I already do have out, and it's behind me, my next costume that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to go ahead and do day 3 in just a second. So I will see you in a moment. And now for outfit number 3. I did already have this stuff pulled out, and I was already recording. I realize it's supposed to be for day 3, but I'm recording it on day 2. This is outfit number 3, which is a forest fairy. Huh? Now, the outfit would totally be complete if I had wings. But I don't have wings, and I don't have the things I need to make the wings. Definitely feel like a forest fairy though, but also go for a modest Tinkerbell, though a lot of my legs are showing, but not my knees. I think that something that would make the fairy outfit more fairy would be shoes. And the shoes that I have on are these vintage, very worn and loved booties. And I have terrible balance, so that was difficult for me. Down in the description below, there will be a link to my Etsy shop where I have this pattern available for sale. And right now, while I am running this video, oh, I lost my balance again. I am having a complete store-wide sale. So go on, check it out. You can print out the pattern and make it. This took hours to come together. Really so easy. I do want to point out, disclaimer, whatever you want to call it, the skirt for the pattern comes in 3 different sizes. You can either make the skirt really short, this would be the medium size, and you can also go longer with it where it will go, I believe it's at the bottom of the calf above the ankle. I think that's considered midi. I'm not 100% on that one. The top is considered a crop top in the style of the Milkmaid with lovely flowy medieval inspired sleeves. Also in the pattern is a pattern for a corset and a waist belt. I lost the waist belt. Here is the corset. Yes, I did just use this for the witchy costume. It's versatile. I don't know what happened, but I lost my ribbon because I've been using the same ribbon and I don't know where it went. So I'm going to use my sweater closures. Works for that too. Ah, boom. It's okay. I have a second one. I can do 2. This is, after all, temporary. Ah, boom. Now this corset, really, I think any corset, but most definitely this one, there are bones in it, bones in the front and the back. It will support the weight and the mechanism of wings. Fairy wings do look relatively easy to make. I just don't have the materials to do so. So if you want to be a fairy, look it up, make some wings, or purchase some. As this is a DIY costume series, I do understand that you are not going to want to buy your costume. Bits and pieces, sure, but the way the economy is set up right now, it's too expensive for buying a Halloween costume, brand new. But to make one, totally affordable. So the mechanism of the fairy wings would just slip right in here, and the bones here in the back will hold it in place, I think, relatively well. Now, of course, I cannot test my theory, but I think it would do just fine. Now, I think that this pattern, definitely versatile. Yes, it is called a fairy or pixie costume, but it works for witchy. It works for anything that requires layers. And if you are going to be a fairy or a pixie, there are a wide variety of styles and genres to go with. You can go gothic with it. You can go pink with it. I chose the forest elf. Of course, we can add some browns, add some layers to it, go shorter on the skirt, add multiple different lengths of skirts. The possibilities really are endless. And my hair is coming down. Outfit 3, Forest Fairy. Success. Tomorrow's costume, I am so excited for. I have put the last 4 days of effort into making all of the components for this costume. Stay tuned, it'll be about 2 seconds. I'll see you in a second. Today is day 4, outfit 4, and we are starting with a close-up because the makeup is coming first for this one. Today, we're doing Catwoman. Now, since the makeup is what's going to take me the longest, I'm going to just jump straight into that, and then as we're putting the elements of the costume together, I will then talk about each and every one of the elements, how it's made, and then throw in some footage of me making those elements. All right, I have my snaps put in. And now for the utility parts of the belt. I made these boxes and painted them, and these boxes is what's going to sit on the belt like so. Now making them was relatively easy. I did create a template for making these out of cardboard, and the link for that will be down below in the description. But let's go back in time to last night whenever I made the boxes. Now that the boxes have been painted, now they're a little askew. They're not completely level, but it's totally fine. Not sure what I'd put in here, but I have the option to if I want. So now what I need to do is I'm going to turn them all over to the back sides. And I have cut strips of ribbon. This is the ribbon. It's just what I had on hand. I don't think the color matters because it's going to be hidden by the boxes anyway. I'm going to fold the inside, or the outer side inside. That didn't make sense. And then I'm going to hot glue this here in place. There'll be one there and one there. And I'm going to do the same thing for every single box. Alright, I do have a mask for Catwoman, so I'm not going to be painting the whole thing on my face. We're just doing the eye makeup. Alright, I spent far too long doing my makeup. I'm not 100% sure how this doesn't look good. Let's be honest. Let's just go ahead and put on the costume because I have pumpkin roasting in the oven and I have got to go get it. Before, after. Black boots. Alright, now it is time for the accessories. I have two options here. Now, if we were to do completely DIY handmade, here is the first way to do it. I had a bunch of cardboard, so therefore I made my accessories out of cardboard. Cat ears, wig, now cat ears, and my utility belt. Now it would be helpful if I had some Velcro to close these things with, but my kids found my Velcro and, you know, it's gone now. For the mask, I have two options here. Option one, this is just paper. Paper that I painted black with acrylic paint. Works just fine. The only thing I'm missing is gloves or long nails, to which I don't have either one. Guess it would look better if I put it on straight, wouldn't it? Now, option two for the mask. Option two, cardboard ears. As far as the cardboard mask goes, I think it's too thick. It's also not straight or level. I'm not sure about this here. I think I have hair in my eye. It's not even my hair. I think I like the paper better. It just conforms to the face better. It looks nicer. Even though it's just paper. Cardboard, too thick, too much. Now, to make this a little bit better, let's get rid of all the cardboard. We don't need that anymore because my husband 3D printed Catwoman's mask from the 2002 Batman movie. I think it's Dark Knight Rises. I could be wrong. I'm not, like, out of the superheroes, Batman isn't one of my top ones that I'm watching a lot. But here is the mask or goggles that my husband printed for me. These are based off of the 2002 Batman's Catwoman, Anne Hathaway. The only thing about these is that there's no strap in the back. I couldn't find a strap. I was looking for some swimming goggles, and I couldn't find any. So ribbon it is. Oh, they fell. They're not staying up. Like, this is a better option. I think it's because the wig is so much taller than my actual head is. I'm not sure if those exactly look like ears when going up, but this is the mask. In the description below, I will put I feel like I keep crouching. I'm in a weird spot. In the description below, I will leave a link for the STL, for the 3D printed goggles mask that I'm wearing now. As far as the utility belt, he also printed me some boxes. Okay, I didn't check this, and I don't know why I didn't check this. Well, I broke the box. What are you going to do? But the back part where the utility belt slides into the pieces is, because of the snaps that I have here, it's too tall. Like, the back part here was already weak anyway. The snaps will not go through it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually hear that. But I broke the box. But he printed me 3 of them, 3 little boxes, which, you know, would have been nice. Would have been nice to add to the utility belt. Now, as a whole, this reads Catwoman. I love the goggles. Absolutely. The only thing that I think is missing is whenever the night vision goggles come down, I want to put some kind of lens here in the eyes, so it actually looks like night vision goggles and not just fake glasses. So I am very happy with the Catwoman attire. I just can't look down, otherwise the ears are gonna, yeah. Jeez. So I'm going to throw in some footage of me making everything out of cardboard. It's very easy to do. It takes a day or two. Yeah, you got to make the thing. You got to tape or glue the thing, and then you have to paint the thing and let the thing dry. So putting together the accessories really wasn't difficult. I mean, it's some cardboard and some paint. It feels really dark in here, but it isn't. I don't know what's up with that. Whenever it comes to these 3D printed goggles, the gist of the thing is there. This would really get very, very annoying if I were to go out of my house for Halloween. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to do that. But if I were going out as Catwoman with this mask, that would get very annoying really quickly. But day 4, Catwoman. The scratches that I tried to attempt here, super basic. Super basic, super easy. I realize it took me quite some time, but that's just because I don't often do my makeup. Ow! Boy, am I hot. Now, as far as the scratches that I was trying to do, to be honest, if I could do the special effects, gouging thing, I would like to figure out how to do that. The only downside is I am highly and extremely allergic to latex, silicone, really anything that touches my face. I don't know if you've noticed, when I started this video, I had no pimples. I might have had one down here. Day 4 into it while I'm putting makeup on my face. And it's not even so much that it's like pimples. It's my skin is so incredibly irritated. it can't handle all the stuff that's going on it. So if you have any suggestions to things that are good for extremely sensitive skin, so that I can do these things with the makeup and, you know, work on special effects stuff, because I think it would be really cool to be able to do that. But it just has to be an option that's not latex or silicone. Okay, but Catwoman. Catwoman's done. I will see you tomorrow for outfit number 5. It is now time for the 5th costume in this 15 costume series. Now, before I tell you what I'm going to be doing, let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought about becoming a ghost? Well, I have. And if I were to choose a ghost to become, I would be a Victorian ghost. So that's what we're doing. Victorian ghost. Yes. For the outfit, I am putting on my off-white, beige, Victorian-inspired, steampunk-styled outfit that I made. There is a card right here, hopefully, as well as a link below in the description for the video that I made for this. It is a historically inspired outfit, ruffle skirt, and historically adjacent corset with a lovely neck ruffle. To go on top of this is my Victorian-inspired white ruffly, medieval-ish, lovely sleeve thing, overdress. I don't know. I'm not good at naming things. I just make them. Here is a card for that as well, and in the description for me making this. I don't, as of this moment, have a pattern for either of these, actually. You know what? No, I don't. I could probably make one for this. This was a winging it kind of project. Okay, you know what? We're going Victorian. One moment. Let's pull out the bustle, the lobster tail bustle. Also for this, there is a pattern. It is on my Etsy shop, but that will be down below as well. I can't really do this in a way that's like layer, 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 done. And that is because I don't have a strapless single layer, and this has a strapless, it's a bustier corset. So unfortunately, it's just going to be like a, here's the costume. See, that was kind of just like the whole outfit kind of thing. But since I do have it on, there's a couple things I would like to add to it. We have the lobster tail bustle, which as you can see lifts the entire back part of the skirt up at least 8 inches. You can tell the skirt was not made for the lobster tail. Got a lot of ruffles. Hold on. Here's the lobster tail. There's the skirt. And then I have on a bustier corset underneath the overdress here. And then I have this ruffle, which has really been in fashion since the colonial times. The shoes that I'm wearing are the only vintage style shoes that I have, but they will work for this outfit being historically adjacent. My hair is in an updo. It's a messy bun that I put about 1,000 bobby pins in. As far as makeup, well, I'm not wearing any, and that's because they didn't really wear a lot of makeup in the Victorian times. And frankly, I could not be bothered to put on any more makeup. Now, what I would like to add are these earrings. I love these earrings. They give me vampire vibes. Another thing for this overdress, I don't know what to call things. This lace overdress, it could go for vampire. It really could, and I think I'm going to style it in a vampire outfit, because what is Halloween without a vampire costume? I am planning to do the vampire, but I can't just do one vampire. There's, you know, a lot along, along with the witches and the vampires. Pick a genre, pick a decade or an era. There's many ways that you can go with it. Vampire, you can do Dracula, you can do Nosferatu, you could do Twilight, the Vampire Diaries. I mean, heck, you could do Halloween Town. You know, pick your vampire. Let's get a final look. Does this costume give Victorian ghost? It could. 100% probably, no, probably not 100%, but Victorian vibes, yes. We got the sleeves that give medieval vibes, absolutely. I mean, heck, this kind of goes for vampire, just really as it's sitting. Okay, so I have created an outfit that could be a wide variety of different things. Victorian ghost, perhaps. Victorian vampire, sure. The collar is kind of reading colonial to me, though. Sure, yeah. That does kind of bring it to the Victorian. Yeah, the collar might have been a bit much. Oh dang. That looks good. Could you see me haunting an old Victorian house? I'm standing on the staircase with my little light, right? I don't have a light, so I guess if I was going to die and impersonate a Victorian ghost, I would definitely need to have my candelabra with me. And as of now, my candelabra is upstairs on my table. I'm thinking my little glass candle holder is not going to be sufficient. I might just put together another Victorian ghost outfit, and that would be wearing a nightgown. I don't know why, but like whenever it comes to you thinking of Victorian ghost, a lady Victorian ghost, she's always in white, whether it's a nightgown or a wedding dress. I don't know why. For this costume, comment down below, number 5. What is this? What does this read to you? Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to put on the Victorian nightgown. What I will do is throw some footage in right here of my Victorian nightgown that I did make. She's haunting a house, absolutely. She's up somebody's stairs with her candelabra, and she is haunting on a thundery, rainy, lightning storm kind of night. I'm digging this, and actually, once I get over the feeling of like that was a lot to put on, I'm hot. It's actually nice. I look good. I feel good. This is good. Outfit 6. What was I doing for outfit 6? I guess we'll find out together. I'll see you in just a second for you. For today's costume, I'm going to be turning myself into a librarian. But not just a librarian, because what the heck is that? Specifically, the type of librarian or vibes of the librarian that I'm wanting to go for is like a late 1800s Victorian librarian. This librarian has magic. She studies magic. She can do magic. She spends her free time scouring the shelves of the magic library. I want to kind of bring in some dark academia nodes and just go historical with it. Now, to make this outfit, I have this skirt that I made. I feel like it could definitely do librarian, 1940s, late 1800s. I feel like this is a very versatile era style. And I have these, what was I saying? I have this 1880s recreation shirt, and only realizing as I took it out of my closet, I've got some random stain on it. I don't know what this is. Don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but oh, there's another one. Oh, this is all stained up. Okay, well, how about that? This is going to be another one of those outfits where I just got to put on the whole outfit. It's not a layer, done kind of thing. Before I put the outfit on, because I know that I'm going to end up getting hot, I'm going to go ahead and do my hair. So we're going for 1880s, late 1800s, Victorian vibes. This is probably my all-time favorite era. I mean, I'm wearing a late 1800s walking suit. I made it also. All right, for the hair, let me pull you up. Okay, for the hair, I'll pull it all up to the top of my head. I probably should have grabbed a hairbrush. All right, at the top of the head, here I have my scrunchie. And now, because my hair is so long, I am going to stop here. It's about, 6-8 inches. And then I'm going to do a bun in it. Fluffy bun. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, I didn't double bun it because it's not cooperating. So I got the singular bun. And all of my hair here in my face. Bobby pins. In order to keep the hair in the fanned position, I'm going to bobby pin the bottom on both sides. Fluff it. Fluffy, fluffy. Okay, now here's the fun part. I'm going to section off some hair, like so. And I'm going to do a pin curl around my fingers. Just wrap it around the fingers. Here we go, have the little curly doodad. And then I'm just going to wrap it. It's not considered wrap. Twirl. I'm twirling it. What am I doing to it? I don't know. I'm doing something to it. Okay, we've got our little curly Q right there. Bobby pin. And pin it. Okay. Yes. And now I'm going to do the other side, just the same. And then with the hair here in the middle, I'm going to do the same thing and just keep repeating the process until I have all these fake little curls around the top of the bun. All right, I've got, that doesn't look horrible. And now to loosen it in the back, pulling it down slightly, giving some little poofs in the back. And in the front. And now for the outfit. And when this comes together, I'll be ready to put on the little reveal. This outfit came together really quickly, very easily. I think that it definitely gives the late Victorian 1800s, 1880s vibes that I was going for. The way that I styled it, I feel like a librarian, and that was the goal. Now, I did create a pattern for this pinafore. The link for that for my Etsy shop is going to be down in the description below, as well as the video for making the pinafore, and I will have a card right here as well. I believe this was day 6, so I will see you tomorrow for the next outfit. Today is day 7, which means for a consecutive week, I have been making outfits, putting them together, and putting makeup on my face. And so far, this feels like a whole lot of work. I guess that's because it is a whole lot of work. So for today's costume, I am going to be doing Morticia Addams. The dress that I'm going to be using for today's costume is going to be this Morticia dress that I made. I will leave a card up here as well as a link down below in the description if you want to see that video. Also, there is a digital pattern for this dress. The biggest thing for Morticia Addams is the makeup, so I'm going to tackle that first. Now for the foundation, I have these two. These are the lightest ones that I can find, and this one is 110 ivory. It's darker than my actual skin tone. I'm just going to make this work. I don't have white. I need to get white, but I cannot justify the $10 to $15 purchase, to which I suppose in the scheme of things, as much as makeup costs, that's really not that bad. Oh, that was a lot. Nope, okay. Well, I guess I'll be using this as shadow, shading, contour? I don't know. If you haven't picked up by now, I don't actually know how to do makeup. It's not a thing that I learned, and I don't have those spongy things. Makeup is not really a friend of mine. Look how much... It's orange. It looks orange on me. Let's just move to the eyes, because that I'm actually pretty decent at. Okay, this is my little palette that I'm starting with. I'm going to start with gray. This is the only grays that I have. Can you actually tell? Like, I mean, I can see it. And I'm going for black now. I look like a raccoon. I don't think that's right, but it feels right. Gross. This feels gross. I'm gonna have to clean my makeup brush after this. You know, the only reason that this looks like it's significantly lighter than my skin tone is because I have just caked on so much orange. And my skin's like, what are you doing? If you came here for makeup, you're in the wrong place. You know what? We're just gonna call it that. Let's throw on some lipstick. I got this really, really dark red. That is not red. I think this is purple. Now I am going to put a wig on for this. Oh, my skin feels so gross. And I still do not have a wig cap because I cannot be bothered. No, I just haven't got one. Bobby pins, which I probably should have opened first. Yep, knocked them out. Now it is time to put on the dress and the wig. The dress and the wig. And I'll see you in about 2 seconds. Tell me, why do I look more like Lily Munster than I do Morticia? And Morticia Addams has been accomplished. I just love these stinking sleeves. My goodness, do I love these stinking sleeves. Now, bringing Morticia Addams to life is actually very, very easy. Any black dress will do. You don't have to have the sleeves and the ridiculous train. Now, like I said down in the description, I feel like I'm going to be saying this for like every few clips because most of the items that I'm putting together for costumes are things that I have made. So, in the description will be a link to my Etsy shop where all of my patterns are there, including the Morticia dress. I think some interfacing here in the front and on the train would be really good to help hold this up and help the train fan out like it should. Also, I kind of want to, and I guess I should have already done this, put like a little elastic thingy here so that it'll hold to my finger so that the sleeve is level the entire time. Okay, that's probably, I don't know. So day 7, success. The makeup, not the best. I'm very much aware of this. I knew it the entire time that I was doing it. The makeup kind of sucks. And the wig, it's, for my complexion, it's too dark. However, it's Morticia. And she is fair-skinned with all the dark going on. Okay, I will see you tomorrow for day 8. Today is day 8, and for today's costume, it's going to be a pretty easy one. I'm going to be doing Coraline's other mother. We can see here behind me, I already have my outfit. This is just a black and white polka dotted dress. It is vintage, and I went ahead and just made up this ribbon choker, so it's going to take literally no time at all to get into costume. So here we go. I mean, what could be easier for a costume than to wear one of my favorite dresses? For the ribbon, I cut a piece of ribbon, I put some snaps on it, boom. Now for the makeup. Now the makeup for this one is also pretty easy. I have buttons that would fit over my eyes, but I have no way of adhering them to my eyes, so I am going to use black eyeshadow and paint them on. Look like a Dalmatian. "28 minutes later, I suppose that's not so very bad. Let's put on the wig and I'll see you in the reveal. So this costume didn't exactly go to plan. It's the hair and the makeup. I am so incredibly bad at makeup. I look like budget Coraline's other mother. Like other mother. Like Coraline's possible aunt that you really just You don't go near her. She's crazy. That is what I look like. Holy crap. I look dead in a not good way. The kind of dead that, if I were hovering over my body at my funeral, I would be pretty dang upset with how I looked. Well, you know, there was bound to be a failure or two in this costume series. For me to think that every single costume that I did would turn out really good would have been naive. I didn't think that this was going to be the one. I am terrifying myself. Well, dang. Well, there's always tomorrow. We're going to have to make it. Tomorrow's going to have to be like a really good costume. It's going to have to be. It's going to be very easy to top this, but to like try to forget this, this is going to haunt my dreams. Not my nightmares, my dreams. And I am sorry for haunting yours as well. I will see you tomorrow for day 9. Oh, tomorrow can't come fast enough. Today is the 9th day of this costume series. Now today, I really just need an easy costume after last night's extreme fail with Coraline's other mother, and I have a really full day ahead of me. In fact, it's like 11:30, and this is the first day where I'm actually doing a costume before 8 o'clock at night. Now right there, this is for the next costume, not today's costume. Tomorrow's. I am currently making the props that I need for this one. Can you guess what it's going to be? Probably from the hat? Possibly. But for today's costume, I'm going to keep it going with the green and the black, and we are doing Kim Possible. Probably one of the most easiest closet costumes. You really can't get this one wrong, and you know what? Today, I just need a win. Let's go ahead and get the makeup done first. It's going to be the easiest part. You know, it's all easy. It's all easy. It's a black shirt, cargo pants, black boots or black high tops, and a couple of props. Wow, it's really easy. Okay, let's do the makeup, which really is just mascara and lip gloss. Lip balm, lipstick. Now, I grew up with Kim Possible, and I don't need a reference image. I know what she looks like. Her lips, the top one is darker than the bottom one. I don't know what that's about, but it's Kim Possible. So I have this natural-ish lip color, and I'm going to be putting this on the top. Done. The only other shade of lipstick that I have is red. It's this and red. That's it. So we're going to make this work. Does it work? Yeah. Next, mascara. Kim Possible's very light on the makeup, which is really good for me considering yesterday. I'm going to take my hair down, and it is going to be wavy because of the braid. Kim Possible's hair is perfect and not wavy, but that's fine. From what I remember, she has a very large part. When I say large, far over, comb-over style type of part. Hello, 2009. It's how I used to part my hair in 2009, really far over. My only issue here is that I have very thin hair with no volume, so this just not a good look. For the costume, I'm going to keep the shirt on that I have on, and I'm going to swap out my green overalls that I'm currently wearing for these green cargo pants. Alright, here is the costume. Now, Kim Possible wears cargo boots. These are the closest thing I have to cargo boots. They're not black. They're tan. We're going to go with it. These pants have gotten tighter. They think they have shrunken. Has to be the pants that shrunk. I didn't grow. I didn't get any wider. Utility belt. Now I have my utility belt that I made. Yep. What's this? Razor blade. Okay. That's a good place for that. Now, on Kim Possible's utility belt, she's got a bunch of small little boxes. One's to keep her pager. She also has a grappling hook. And I do not have a holster for a grappling hook. Ow, that was sharp. But I do have a grappling hook. It's Kim Possible's grappling hook. Yes, yes. My husband printed this for me, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 years ago. It's 3D printed. I painted it orange. I could have done better with it. But, grappling hook. So how am I gonna... Yeah, that works. That's good. Let's see the entire outfit, boots included. Okay, that works too. It's not the worst. Frankly, I needed the win. I needed something easy. Now, for the rest of the day, let's get back to a regular shot. I feel cool. Yeah. All right, outfit number 9, success. Now, for the rest of the day, I'm going to be putting together the final elements for my last 5 costumes. You know, as of now, I have not been doing any spoilers for this video, but you know what? We're on the last 5. I'm tired. I'm gonna give you some spoilers. Now, I needed a hat that is going to work for 3 of my costumes. And I thought, well, I can make it. That should be pretty easy. It wasn't. The hat that I came up with was this thing. And on the surface, it's like, oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. And then I put it on my head. And that is an upside down mushroom. I don't know how this happened. I suppose it's not like the worst. I could probably remake it, but I used a lot of duct tape in this thing, and way more than I was even expecting. It's not horrible, but I don't know why I did this. I think it's because this originally was like half this size. It was supposed to be just a small little thing that goes here, and then here's the inside. And then I realized really quickly that that's not gonna fit on my head. So then what I did was I added like a little halo brim thing right around the bottom. And then I was like, that looks stupid. So I need to cover the little brim rim thingy that I did. And now it just looks like a mushroom. Mushroom hat. And it still doesn't fit my head. I think what I'm going to do with this one is, this is going to end up being like a little prop, or I'll probably end up finishing this. I don't know if it's going to be for this video, because I'm not going to be using it in my costumes. This is likely just going to become something that sits on a shelf to hold my books up. I don't know. I'll make it Mad Hatter's hat, and it'll just become a wall ornament or a knick-knack. Now, for props, my husband printed me this super cool gun, and it's going to go with, I'm not going to spoil, I'm sure you can guess. So I need to paint this. Yes, I need to paint this. Also, I need to make a collar ruffle and wrist ruffles and a kind of like an ascot. Is it an ascot? Like a neck scarf that I can tie into a bow. What else needs to be made? I need to make a sword. I'm actually currently working on the sword. It's on its first layer of paper mache. It's setting. Yes. I've got these leaves and this moss. I need to make the costume for that. I am going to be using this pattern. What I'm thinking, I'm going to be using this pattern. It's a leotard. I'm going to adjust it a bit. I don't have any stretchy fabric. We're just going to have to make it work. Yeah. That's what we're doing today. We're making things work. So for the rest of the day, it's a making day. I will see you tomorrow for the next costume. It is technically day 10. Now, it has been many days since I have recorded. I don't know what I did, but I hurt myself pretty badly and have spent the last 4 or 5 days trying to recover from whatever it was that I did. I am moving very slow today. And last night I was thinking that I probably overestimated the amount of work that I was going to be able to put into making all of these costumes. And whenever I started this series, I didn't think that it would be so strenuous or so hard on my body. Perhaps this is irrelevant information, but I have a very, very bad back. I've had multiple back surgeries. I can no longer lift over 25 pounds. I can no longer bend at a 90-degree angle. And worst of all, I cannot get dressed standing up anymore. I'm not even that old. Like, I feel like, oh, I'm just getting old. I'm not that old. I am only 32. And I got the body of like an 80-year-old, and it's killing me. So I figured what I'm doing today is I'm going to go ahead and do the last 5 outfits. This is a lot, but I already have my outfits laid out, or costumes. They're costumes. I already have my costumes laid out. So we're just going to jump into it. So for costume number 10, I'm going to be a pirate. Here's my costume laid out. So without further ado, let's don the costume. I am starting with a fully black dress. I did make this. I don't have a pattern for it. Now I'm going to take this skirt, layer it on top. I also made this. I put on these nails, and I'm not used to having nails, so I'm having a really hard time maneuvering with them, doing these tiny little things like fastening a stinking button. Come on. Now I add the corset. I'm using this corset, to which I also made, and I fasten it using this red ribbon. All right, that took a minute, but now I have the corset laced up. That's the sleeves. Then I'm going to take this skirt right about here. That feels good. And I'm going to tuck it. Nope, that's not right. A little lower. Why isn't this working? All right, well, that's not working. One moment. All right, I have my little sweater closure things. Since tucking isn't exactly working, I'm going to use these to hike the skirt up to where I want it. Yeah, that's more of what I'm looking for. Now we add a belt. Well, son of a biscuit. This belt's broken. Meh. Now my long boots, like my pirate themed boots, are in a tub underneath my bed. I'm not doing that. I've got these. These are already out. We're going to put these on. Now I've got these ruffles that I made. I just want to see what this is going to look like. I got to move my mic. Actually, that's not bad. Might be a little weird because my dress doesn't go all the way up. That really isn't so bad. Actually, you know what? The collar's too much. Okay, now I'm just going to add makeup and then the hat, and I'll see you in a second for the final reveal. What do you think? Do I look like a pirate? I'm gonna say yes. So for day 10, the pirate costume is a success. Now for this really cool flintlock pistol that I have, my husband 3D printed this and I painted it. I think it is stinking awesome. It would be much cooler though if my hand would actually fit in the little trigger hole, but it doesn't. The bottom probably should have been sized up, but that's fine. It's just a prop anyway. Okay, next costume for day 11. Like I said, I'm pumping these out today. Let me put down my gun before I hurt somebody. That was a joke. It was a bad joke, but it was a joke. Okay, man, I look cool. My next costume. So for costume number 11, I'm going to be... So for costume number 11, I'm going to be a warrior, kind of. Now I have this costume. I made it out of curtains. Actually, I've made a lot of my stuff out of curtains and bed sheets. I made this to resemble armor. It mostly does that. So I'm going to be a warrior. I am going to leave on this base dress that I have. 1, it'll look fine, and 2, I don't have anything else to put under it. So that's what we're doing. First, I'm going to put on this skirt. I should probably change the directionality of the camera. Alright, so I've got my skirt on. Now for the main armor piece. Now I am not going to be able to close this all the way up by myself. So I'm going to get as much on as I can and then maybe clip it in the back to hold it in place. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, now it's not as tight as it could be on account of me being unable to reach the back. These ruffles don't go, so I'm going to take them off. Alright, at this point I could add a bunch of warrior makeup. I guess I probably could, but I'm not going to because I have 4 outfits more to do after this one. I'm using my medium-sized katana. Oh, that's right, I broke the sheath. There it is. I think I just need to glue it back in place. It'll be fine. Do I look like a warrior? Outfit number 11. Does it read Knight in Shining Armor? Or Lady Knight? I don't know, maybe. Sure, let's go with that. We're going to call outfit number 11 a success and a half-ish. Now, I did make this to resemble armor, wearable, everyday casual armor. I will leave a card up here, as well as a link below in the description if you want to watch the process of making this. I haven't digitized a pattern for it yet. I could. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you want me to digitize a pattern for this. Now for costume or outfit, costume number 12. What am I going to be? This is going to be a fun one. Unfortunately, I messed up the hat that I was making for it specifically. Now for costume or outfit, costume number 12. This is going to be a fun one. Unfortunately, I messed up the hat that I was making for costume number 12. I'm going to be using this jacket that I made, this skirt that I made, and this pirate's blouse that I made. If I had a hat, I'd use the hat, but this is the hat. I messed it up and didn't finish it because instead of a hat, it just looks like a mushroom. I don't know how that happened. That's fine. So costume number 12, I am going to be a leprechaun. Now wait, there's a vision. Trust the process. I need to do makeup first, then I'm going to add the jacket, and then I think that you're going to see the vision. First I'm going to put the hair up because it's just getting in the way right now. Now I only have one type of green makeup. It's this green eyeshadow here in my palette that I've been using for this entire video. Now I know this seems a little crazy. Trust the process. I might not have been able to do Coraline's other mother very well, but I can do Leprechaun. I'm going to pin up my hair, put on the jacket, and I will be right back for the reveal, and hopefully you'll see the vision. Here is the under outfit. I feel like it needs some ruffles, so we're going to add on the ruffles. Not white. Yes, cream. We're doing the neck ruffle. Got to do a sleeve ruffle. I have so many buttons right now. It's a lot of buttons. Oh, yes. Okay, now I don't have a green hat, but I've got this brown one, and I put some green on it. Not the same shade. Fortunately, that won't stay closed. I had a cane. Where'd I put that cane? I don't know. I lost the cane. Maybe if I hold it like this. Clearly a broom. Now I could also tuck in the placket and then add the belt. Does this give Leprechaun? Kind of. I think it gives more Mad Hatter than it does Leprechaun. And my makeup looks crazy. I'm not going to call this one a success. I'm going to call it Leprechaun. What'd I say? I'm going to call it Leprechaun adjacent. I love the ruffles. Now I feel like this could also go for, like I just said, the Mad Hatter. In Alice Through the Looking Glass, the Mad Hatter wears specifically a green overcoat. And he's got on brown trousers. Now, if I just change up the hair, switch the makeup up a little bit, and then add a card to the top of that hat, take off the green, let's see if we can do Mad Hatter. So this is kind of a 2-in-1 kind of costume, especially with the ruffles. I love the ruffles. In Alice Through the Looking Glass, the Mad Hatter wears specifically a green overcoat, and he's got on brown trousers. Now, if I just change up the hair, switch the makeup up a little bit, and then add a card to the top of that hat, take off the green, let's see if we can do Mad Hatter. So this is kind of a 2-in-1 kind of costume, especially with the ruffles. I love the ruffles. I also look like Tom Cruise in Interview with a Vampire. All right, so we're switching up the makeup. I don't have makeup wipes. I kind of want to go vampire look with it now, but we're doing Mad Hatter. So let's do Mad Hatter. Where'd I put my mirror? Beside me? I put it beside me. Wow, that blue is much brighter than the purple. Okay. Wow, I look like a clown. We're on the right path. The only thing is I don't have fake eyelashes. Okay. Does this give Mad Hatter? Yes. Yes, it does. I look pretty mad with a wild makeup on. So, only thing I'm missing, card. I don't have a card. Also, if I had like a teacup to walk around with, that'd work too. I'm just throwing things around and dropping everything. What was that? 12 outfits? Are we 12 costumes in or 13? Now, for one of my costumes, I did want to do Poison Ivy. I even cut out the pattern for the leotard to make it, but I didn't get around to making it. And to be completely honest, I do not feel comfortable on camera wearing just a leotard and vines. That makes me feel very uncomfortable. So I'm not doing Poison Ivy. I need to come up with 2 more costumes because, frankly, I am out. 3 more. I need to come up with 3 more costumes? Well, I did not think this through, apparently. I think that's all the costumes we're doing today then. I guess I need to come up with a couple more and then finish it up tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. So I'll see you tomorrow to finish off the costume series. Now for costume number 13. I've been thinking on it, and I thought back to the fairy tales that I would read my kids, specifically my daughter, and she's always loved Little Bo Peep. So I am going to do a vintage inspiration Little Bo Peep. Here I have my costume. It is a baby blue vintage inspired dress that I made. I'm going to use this as the base. Now this reminds me of a 1950s style, so that is what I am doing. I'm going 1950s with it. Now it is unfortunate I do not have a bonnet that Little Bo Peep would wear, but I do have this hook that my husband made out of PVC pipe. He melted it and fashioned a hook for me. So I think that with the dress and the hook, and I'll throw on some bows, and we should get a pretty good idea for a vintage inspired Bo Peep look. Now the fairy tale does date back to, I want to say the 1700s, the 18th century. Maybe I'll do like a fairy tale version, Little Bo Peep. So I shall don the costume. See you in a second. Costume is on. It does kind of look like Sleeping Beauty, even possibly Cinderella. So a baby blue dress can really get you multiple costumes. But let's get in the fairy tale theme for Little Bo Peep. I have this white waist belt corset. Now I'm going to take the front of the skirt and shove, 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 shove. Well, that was easy. Now I don't have any bows that match the blue, but I do have this aqua color blue. It's a scrap fabric that I fashioned a bow out of. To connect it to this here bobby pin, and then I'm going to put it up here. Okay, definitely not the same blue. This is actually really cute. Yeah, I feel more like Sleeping Beauty than I do Bo Peep. But let's do a little reveal. You know what? I think a white bow would do better. Do I have white? I definitely think that the white bow did much better than the aqua blue that I first had. Does the outfit read Bo Peep? I think only with the hook. I do think that a light blue dress could have many looks, from Little Bo Peep to Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella. You know, I'm sure that there's more, but those are the three coming to my head. With the waistcoat and the bow and the hook, Little Bo Peep, success. I wonder how much changing would make the costume look more like Sleeping Beauty. Wait, Sleeping Beauty's pink. No, I think she also wears blue. I guess it just depends on the iteration that you want to use. You know what? Alice in Wonderland. There's number 4. Ooh, I just need... okay, you know what? Outfit number 14. Let's just make this easy, okay? I'm going to do a really quick closet Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, let me get my things. I'm going to do a really quick closet Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, let me get my things. All right, I have gathered some things. Okay, I took off my white bow and I made a black bow. So I think I'm going to combine the bows. See if I can do this. Bobby pin. Combine the bows. I want white in front. Yeah, I want white in front. Because the black bow is bigger. That's good. That's good. All right, I have just a little rubber band here. I'm just going to connect these two together. Okay, now I take the bobby pin. I'm going to connect that to the rubber band. Then I'm going to put it in my hair. Now I realize that Alice is blonde. I don't have a blonde wig and I'm not dyeing my hair blonde just for this. Okay. Kind of looks like a cheerleading bow, but that's fine. We'll go with it. Have my ruffles here. I'm going to start by putting on my wrist ruffles. Oh, that's easy. I can just slide them on. That's good. Tuck it up underneath my sleeve collar. Probably would be helpful if I got the buttons even. Now, Alice in Wonderland is one of those costumes that's really quick and easy to come together as far as elements for making the costume. We've got the baby blue dress. No, it doesn't exactly look like Alice's, but this is where we make Alice our own. This is more, you know, I had the last costume, I said that this was like a 50s style dress, and I suppose that it can be because it's off the shoulder, but it's more of a princess dress, and if I had one of those hoop skirts to put under it, I could really voluminize it, and that would really help to bring out Cinderella. Now for Alice, she's got ruffles and layers and some bows and an apron, and that's pretty distinguishable right there. The apron. I don't know why, but it is. I don't think any other Disney character has the apron. Well, I suppose Cinderella when she was poor, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White. Okay, they all have aprons. Okie doke. Sleeve ruffles. Now I have my collar ruffle. Let's see what this looks like because this is not the kind of dress that comes up to my neck, so this might not look good. Oh, actually, that's not bad. Wait, can you hear me? Actually, that's not bad. I don't know if you actually heard what I said. So now I have to hold it. That's not bad. Okay, I can't hold it. I guess you're just going to be clipped in a weird spot now. Okay, and I had a lace apron that, I mean, I hemmed the edges and everything. Like, it was really cute. I don't know what I did with it. It's just gone. So I very quickly whipped up this one by cutting into a curtain. I took the hemmed portion that I'm leaving as the waistband, and I cut this shape. Is that a pentagon? Had to put vertical here so that we could see. I'm going to take the skirt, and I'm going to basically, I'm tucking it into my underskirt. Is that even? Even enough, I guess. Tucking into my underskirt, and then poof. Trying to make it even all the way around. I'm going to give the poof all the way around. Poofy enough? It'll do. Okay, get the apron. I'm trying to not get my hair caught in the bow that I'm tying in the back. Okay, and now I'm just going to adjust the apron and the poofs that I just did. I'm going to take the poofs out of the back because that looks weird in the back. Actually, that's not bad. but I feel like I'm missing something to really make this look like Alice. Leave me a comment down below, tell me what this is missing, because I don't know. Okay, Alice is done. I'm going to call this one a success as well. See how easy that was? One dress. I got 2 outfits from it. Little Bo Peep and Alice in Wonderland. I drooled a little. You know, I don't even know what costume number this is. It's either 13 or 14. It could even be 15. I don't know. I think that this is number 14, which means I have 1 costume left. And I should really organize my thoughts and ideas and things that I'm projects and doing things better. Let's add words to that list. Need to organize things better. If I probably were writing everything down, I would know exactly where I was at. But I stopped writing after day 4. So let's finish off strong. Vampire. Did I do vampire already? No, I don't think I did vampire yet. I feel like I might have. Let's go ahead and get the vampire costume together. Well, I have it together. So I guess I haven't done it yet. Guys, this is a lot of costumes. I don't know if I'll do something like this again. Okay, vampire. Let's do it. Okay, for the vampire costume, this is the base that I'm starting with. I have a black onesie piece thing. Let's call it just an undershirt, black undershirt. And I've got on the skirt because it adds a little bit of voluminosity. Black lace dress. Okay, now red skirt. Now because I do not have a black underskirt, I don't want the white showing because it doesn't exactly go with the vibes that I'm trying to go for. Black ruffles. And for the finishing touches, makeup and fangs. All right, for the fangs, I have these fake nails, come on, right here, and this denture cream. I have painted the fake nails a white. I'm going to take this denture cream, put it on the back of the nails, and pop them on the canines. And to make sure that they actually stick. Need to dry off the teeth. We want it nice and dry. Now I'm going to do makeup. I just dry it just like this. Yeah. It's not the worst, I guess. It'll do. It's not staying. I guess I should have done this last. Alright, I'm going to do my makeup and then I'll see you for the reveal. Oh my. Oh no. Alright, the end of the vampire outfit. I could have done my hair a little different, but it works. It's very difficult to talk with these fake teeth in. Denture cream. That's gross. Now, the lipstick got a little bit away with me, but you know what? Just wipe it away and make it look like it's a little bit part of the look. I'm gonna need some baby oil or some vitamin E oil to get all this off. I used the lip stain, not the lipstick. Oops. Now I'm going to call this series, this video specifically, I'm going to call it successful. I really only had one video, one costume that did not turn out, and that would have been Coraline's other mother. I think I was at that point, 8 days in, I was feeling really overwhelmed, and I really don't have the makeup options that I need to create like a really good, scary, creepy look. I mean, we're going to call this a half success. If I had fake blood, this would have looked so much better, but I don't, and I'm not going to spend $15 on fake blood to use one time. It's not happening. I mean, sure, yeah, they have little bottles, But why would I spend $8 on 1 ounce of fake blood if I can spend $15 on 32 ounces of blood? You see? So I have quite a few options now as far as costumes. I mean, yes, it is for the Halloween season, but for the remainder of this year, I do want to do a little bit more costumey items. As far as things that I make, I really haven't gotten into like cosplay. I mean, I very well could. For me, it's kind of what is the point as for doing cosplay things, because I don't leave my house. In fact, yesterday was the day that I left my house in almost 2 months. I don't leave, and I am not going to go to like cosplay contests and things. The closest one to me, I mean, there might maybe be a Comic-Con in Columbia, South Carolina, but Atlanta, Georgia is like the closest one. And honestly, I don't think that my anxiety can handle all those people, because I've looked into it and it's a lot. Same thing with Ren Fair, why I haven't gone. I mean, yeah, it's a 3-hour drive to go to North Carolina for the Carolina Ren Fair. But I think the amount of people is going to be too much for me. All I taste is that denture cream. All in all, I do suppose that putting the outfits together, revealing each of the costumes, I do suppose that part was fun. I know that editing this thing is going to be quite a lot, quite a feat. I do so believe. I'm just spreading this lipstick all over my face at this point. It's on my hands, it's on my face. Now, the premise of this video was to show that you could pull a wide variety of different things out of your closet and be able to make a wide variety of different outfits. One black dress can make who knows how many costumes. I mean, depending on the style, you could do a lot with a black dress. Baby blue dress, I was able to get, 2 costumes out of it whenever I could think of 4, maybe 5. Same thing, a red dress, you can get multiple outfits from. Same thing with the white dress. And it's all about the genre that you're going for with the types of outfits that you're wanting to create. Like, this is your standard vampire, okay? I could do a wide variety of different vampires. I could do medieval vampire, like 1400s. I could do an 1800s vampire, 1900s, 2000. I could do Twilight. I could do Vampire Diaries, which I guess this is more what this one was. There's just a wide variety of different costumes and things that you can make with items that you already have. So that was the premise. Don't go out and spend $50, $60 on one outfit that you're going to wear one time and never again, most likely. Pull stuff out of your closet or make something, because that is half the fun of Halloween and dressing up and costumes, is making the stuff. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I am sure it is a very long one. If you made it all the way to the end, I sincerely want to thank you so very much. I do hope that I was able to give you some ideas for last-minute costumes that you can come up with this year. Halloween isn't just for kids, guys. It's for adults, too. It's for everyone. Halloween is fun for kids of all ages. If you liked today's video, please give me a thumbs up. I put a lot of work into this video. Leave me a comment down below. I've asked you questions along the way. Can I remember any of them right now? No, I can't. Leave me a comment down below. Anyways, share this video with your friends if they ask you perhaps like, hey, what kind of costume should I do this year? I don't know. I don't have conversations with people because I don't have friends. That's just me. That's fine. Subscribe if you're not already. If you're not already, consider subscribing. I post every single Wednesday, and this video is going to have a whole lot of shorts taken from it. A whole lot. Way more than the 15 costumes, because I spent some time making quite a few items in order to put the costumes together. I would say the majority of these costumes you can put together in between, depending on the costume, 5 minutes to 2 or 3 days. I mean, if you're going to paper mache a sword like I did, that I never finished. I didn't finish that sword. I don't even know if that's going to make the cut into this video. But, like for my utility for Catwoman, I made the little boxes for the utility belt. I made the whole thing. That took about 2 days. I had to create the template, and then I had to cut the boxes, and then I had to glue the boxes, and then paint the boxes, and then attach the boxes to a belt. really simple stuff. Some things do take a little bit of time. If I were to go out and buy a utility belt, $30 plus. I made mine for free with cardboard. Well, that is all that I have to say. I think I already did my like and subscribe spiel. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me. Please do subscribe. It is officially fall, so I'm going to be making quite a bit of fall clothing coming up. Yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going to do costumes. I started with like, yeah, I want to do more costumes. I don't know. I think I'm a little costumed out right now. I have a couple ideas for December that I want to get to, depending on if I can find the fabric that I'm looking for. Martha May Whovier would be one of those costumes, outfits, nightwear that I really have wanted since I was a child. So that's on my list of things to make. Yeah. I got nothing else. Bye.